My name is Mary. I am 40 years old. This is the story of my life, my marriage, and the mistakes that changed everything. At first, John was a good husband. He was kind, gentle, and hardworking. We met when I was in my late 20s, and we fell in love quickly. He wasn't rich, but he had dreams. He used to tell me, "One day, Mary, I'll give you everything you deserve." And in those early years, I believed him. I believed in us. The first few years of our marriage were beautiful. We laughed together, we traveled, we built our small home with love. I thought nothing could ever break us, but as time passed, things started to change. John became too busy with work. He would come home late, exhausted, sometimes without even saying good night. Our conversations became short. The warmth between us started to fade. I would wait for him at dinner, but many nights I ate alone. I told myself, he is doing this for us. He is working hard for our future. But deep inside, I was lonely. Loneliness is a dangerous thing. Then I met Daniel. He was a colleague at the library where I worked part-time. Daniel was kind, attentive, and he noticed things about me that John no longer did. If I wore a new dress, Daniel would compliment me. If I looked tired, he would ask, "Are you okay, Mary?" Little by little, his words began to fill the empty spaces in my heart. I told myself it was harmless, just friendship, but the truth is, I was falling for him. One evening, after work, Daniel offered to drive me home. It was raining heavily, and I didn't refuse. In the car, we talked and laughed like two people who had known each other forever. And then, when he dropped me off, he held my hand just a second too long. My heart raced. That moment changed everything. Days turned into weeks, and soon I was living a double life. At home, I was John's wife, but outside, I was Daniel's secret. I told myself John wouldn't notice. He was too busy with work. But every time I looked into John's tired eyes, guilt ate away at me. One night, John came home early. He hugged me suddenly, as if he missed me, and that hug broke me inside. I realized I had betrayed the man who once gave me everything. His love, his trust, his loyalty. The guilt became unbearable. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Every time John smiled at me, it felt like a knife cutting deeper into my heart. Finally, one Sunday morning, I confessed. I sat across from John at the kitchen table, trembling. My hands were cold, my voice was shaking. I whispered, "John, I need to tell you something." When I told him, his face went pale. He didn't shout, he didn't cry. He just stared at me with eyes full of pain I will never forget. That silence was worse than any scream. He got up, walked out of the house, and didn't come back until midnight. I sat alone, drowning in regret. For weeks, our house was filled with silence. John barely spoke to me. At night, I could hear him crying quietly in the other room. That sound haunts me even now. I destroyed the man who once trusted me with his whole heart. Today, John and I are no longer together. He left me. Daniel, he didn't stay either. The truth is, I lost them both, and now I am alone. Sometimes I sit by the window and think about what I had and what I threw away for a moment of attention. I traded a lifetime of love for a temporary feeling. And that is the story of how I lost everything. If you are listening to me, please remember, love is fragile. Trust is precious. Don't make the same mistake I made, because once broken, some things can never be fixed.